What's up, grinders? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do a react to this video right here from Lindie Bots. It's titled, Use this method to plan your language learning in 2026. So let's begin. Oh, by the way, for those who are curious, I have done a language investigation of Lindie before. She is legit, okay? So don't worry about that.
I'll be talking about how I structure each language that I'm learning. I'm going to show you what I do actively and passively each week. You're also going to learn 5 principles that...
Wow, she is so goddamn colorful. Like, seriously, like, look at the amount of color we got going on here. Now, this is not a critique or anything. It's just her outfit actually reminds me of the Vatican Swiss guards. You know how they got the puffy shoulders, lots of color, shit like that. I now want to see her goth style. We need a goth Lily Bots. Oh my god!
Can help you maintain languages in a structured way. At the end of the video, I'm gonna give you...
It's just getting more colorful. It's getting more colorful.
A language maintenance starter pack guide, so stick to the end for that. Now let's get into my actual routine of things that I do in a week.
Even her hair's colorful. Why is there so much color, Lindie? Why?
This differs week to week. Interestingly enough, over the years, I have...
Admit it, you all have a bookcase like this at home. Just filled with books about different languages, and admit it as well, you probably only read the back cover of 90% of them. Yeah? We've all done it, right? I got a massive collection of books. I seriously need to read them more. Ooh, she's got Chinese going in here. So easy learning Chinese characters, Mongolian, Indonesian. Obviously, you've got Zhongguo, something, Wenhua. So that's China, something, I can't, maybe, is that Dai or Cheng? I'm not sure. And then that's culture. And we've got Japanese guide over there. What else? More Japanese, more Korean.
Kind of switch between being a morning person and a night owl. I do tend to be more of a night owl, so most of my language...
Maybe this is the difference. Maybe night owls are all dark. They just wear all black. And since she's got phases and she's a morning person, that's the bright, happy phase. What phase are you guys? Let me know down in the comment section. Are you a night owl, dark, evil, filled with despair, or a bright, happy morning person who's secretly a Swiss guard working for the Vatican?
Language lessons I take in the evening or late afternoon. But I have found if I sleep properly, eat properly, exercise, then I wake up feeling a bit more energized. And that's where I also do part of my active studying.
Wow, her handwriting is just fucking beautiful. Look at that. I'm also imagining how much hand pain I'm going to get if I do this, because I can't write for long. We flattered. I thought that said we flattened her. We flattered her on her cooking.
I will be listening to podcasts and writing down notes, and especially shadowing. So throughout the day, I will speak things out loud as I'm listening to stuff. Not every time, many times when I'm in the shower, I will listen to Hungarian Pod 101 or...
This never works for me, the whole shower routine, because I tried doing this with Spanish, okay? I figured, I'll get some input time in while I'm in the shower, but then I just end up struggling trying to listen to it over the, the gushing freaking of the water type of thing. And it just doesn't work for me. I can't concentrate on it. Maybe I just need really loud speakers, but I don't think my neighbors would appreciate if I'm just like smashing out Argentinian Spanish. Argentinian Spanish is now a thing, guys. But yeah, it never works for me. I can't concentrate. I guess it could work passively.
Or a language podcast. And then my italki Hungarian lessons are around 5 p.m. twice a week. My tutor is amazing.
Ezt a szabad mindig András takarít. I don't even know what the sentence means.
We've all been there, girl. We've all been there, gone, read every single word in the sentence, understood all the grammar in the sentence, but had no fucking clue what it means as a complete unit.
2 to 3 times a week, I will be watching shows, especially in French or Spanish on LingoPie. So it's not a lot of pressure for me.
God, every YouTuber is like fucking selling this LingoPie shit. I might have to actually do a review or something at some point. But I don't feel like I want to, because they tried to get me to be a sponsor for them. They offer money or whatever. And it's just like, then I'd be basically doing sponsorship for free. So fuck you guys. I'm not going to do LingoPie.
It's just exposure. The more I listen to the language, the easier it is for me to produce it. When I lived in Japan, my Japanese obviously skyrocketed to a great level.
ここの道で結構有名なカフェがあるけど、結構いい雰囲気で座って勉強することができるから たまにそこに行ったりするんですけど。
But now my Japanese gets rusty very often. But when I go into language exchange apps and go into like those voice rooms and I just hear the language being spoken naturally, it just comes back to me so much better. So you really have to constantly expose yourself to the language. Once a week, I will do my active Korean grammar learning using the textbook that I will show you on screen now. And it's basically just pretty much standard learning, writing down the grammar point, example sentences, and then trying to remember it by using it when I speak Korean to friends. I also integrate review sessions into my week. It sounds boring, but it is so important to review what you've learned. So I do this on a Sunday where I go through my language notebooks where I've written stuff and I'll highlight the things that I have forgotten or still need help.
Oh, interesting. So she does reviews only once a week. So I do reviews prior to every study session. But obviously there's nothing wrong with doing it her way. It's just, I guess that allows you to do more active study time and then you can kind of go back. But I always feel like I need those regular reviews in order to really cement stuff. But that could be just because I'm an old man.
With. I also have a ton of like random sticky notes with vocab words because I might pick up some Hungarian words at work when people are speaking Hungarian, obviously. And I don't have time to like bring out my Hungarian notebook during a video call, so I'll jot it down on a sticky note. Just have a ton of sticky notes.
How many of you guys actually work with languages at work apart from your native language? Because like, there's nothing that I do with languages at work. Absolutely nothing. Like, I'm a programmer. Like, actually, that's got to do with languages. That's programming languages. But it's not the same. It's not the same. And I hate it when people try to say, oh, it's basically the same thing. It's not. Programming is just all about logic and, you know, figuring out algorithms and stuff like that. It's nothing the same.
It's lying all over. Then I'll take those sticky notes and I will transfer all of the words or phrases into my Hungarian notebook. That sort of counts as review for me because I've encountered the word, I've read it a few times, and now I'm transferring it into a more permanent place. For you, review could look like reviewing a flashcard deck, going through words on LingoPie from content you've watched. If you're working through a textbook or language lessons, you can go back to the content you've done there. And then the rest of the evenings are reserved for light reading before bedtime.
I love how she says light reading and then just shows it in a giant bookcase filled with like random books. Just some light reading, guys, you know, I just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. Most people have a heart attack if you even show them a book in this day and age. And over here, she's light reading, what is this, like kinakak, mikinak. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, let's try read something else I might be able to read. Bates. Yeah, I'm leaving it at that.
I have a big problem that I have many current reads. I cannot read 1 or 2 books at a time. I read 12 books at a time. At the moment...
Well, I guess that makes sense because I'm not a massive reader, although I've actually surprisingly started to get into reading with Chinese as of recently. And someone did ask me in the comment section if I could do a video over, you know, how I'm progressing with that. I probably will, okay, maybe in a day or so. But when it comes to like what she's talking about here, you know, reading 12 books at once, I kind of do the same thing, but I do it with TV series. So I'll watch multiple TV series at once because I can probably get through one entire season in one go if it's really, really goddamn good. But most of the time I'll get few episodes in and then I'll kind of get bored with the rhythm of it and swap over to something else. But at the same time, I still like that series. So I've got like multiple series that I'm watching at one time.
I'm reading Le Magasin de Cid. I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube.
Let me test. Oh shit, no, I shouldn't. Editor, distort that.
あと日本語で小説とか漫画なんか全然あんまり読まないけど
Japanese sounds so fake. it's just like I don't know why, but it sounds like it's just stealing English words and, you know, going nake at the end of them, like design nake.
なんか歴史とかデザインについて本読んでるけど今回日本に行った時に友達がこのめっちゃ可愛いの本をおすすめしてバスが来ないってなんかすごい可愛なイラストレーションがあって話がめっちゃ可愛くてちょっと寂しいいろんなキャラクターがバスを待ちながらまあ話して可愛い
This actually looks like some new Japanese content from her, because when we did our investigation, it was a while ago. How's her Japanese? What do you guys reckon? Down in the comment section, let me know.
And then Saturdays, when I have more time for myself, that will be active studying if I feel like it, if I have brain power. So my routine is not super strict. During my French and Hungarian lessons or speaking to language exchange partners, I will record myself. So on Saturdays, I might go through these recordings and take notes, as well as listen to my pronunciation and accent and see where I need to work on it. Usually what
I understand that, where you're like, why am I saying this? It's obvious. But when it comes to, study rhythm, what I generally do is I've got it set up in the morning that I'll do my Anki reviews. And then usually sometime just before work or maybe at lunchtime, I will do my Chinese study, which actually just involves me reading and sentence mining from reading at the moment. And then after work, that's when I'll smash out my Spanish. And it's the same rhythm every single day. Like some days I might get less Chinese done because, I have less time available, and therefore I'll just, my priority at the moment, it's kind of morphed. I don't know why, but I feel like I have to hit that as many hours as I can in the Spanish every day to try and get that 3 hours. And if I hit that, then I go berserk on Chinese. When realistically, I should be prioritizing Chinese, but the Spanish challenge, the fact that that is a challenge makes me feel like I need to put more energy into that. But I should really be putting more energy into Chinese.
a little bit of active studying, because my passé simple ou passé composé, all of these verb tenses, which I haven't touched in years, I need to rote memorize conjugations so that I don't sound like a fool in my French lessons. Step number 1, audit all of your languages. List all the languages that you're currently learning, want to learn, thinking about learning, and then list your levels. It's okay if you don't know if I'm B1, B2, A1. Just say, can
Well, I know what I am because someone made a video yesterday.
converse this way, can talk about this topic, feel comfortable, don't, whatever system you want to use to rank and rate them. Then write down why you want
Hey guys, we've got an updated claims list. You know what that means.
to maintain each language, or write down your goal for each one. Step number 2 is assigning tiers to these languages. I would suggest doing 1 to 2 active focus languages. These are the ones that are most important to you right now. And then find your
I honestly don't know how anyone could do more than 2, active focus languages. Even if you are focusing on 2 languages, I don't know how you could actually focus on 2 languages to the same level. There are periods where my Chinese takes priority and then my Spanish takes priority. And I would love to be able to focus actively on both at the same time. But then it's just some days you just feel like it's a Chinese day, and some days a Spanish day, and some days are none of those days. Start a whole new language that you're never going to continue doing. But, for whatever today is, just happens to be Greenlandic. Whatever it is, you just pick a goddamn language and you do that for 2 hours, and then you never return to that language again. You wonder why you wasted 2 hours on that when that could have been going towards Spanish input or something else. But yeah, I don't know how someone could actively do more than 2 languages at a time. You must have so much time available, or you do so little amount of study for each language.
content sources. For active languages, I really recommend lessons, textbooks, apps, etc., where you can get very structured grammar and vocabulary learning.
Yeah, that's a smart recommendation, but it doesn't work for me because I am the type of person that if I know the complete plan from beginning to end, exactly, if I have the textbook in front of me and it says this is what I'm going to memorize over the next few months, I freak the fuck out because I'm like, no, there's no mystery, there's no interest, there's nothing there for me. So it's just follow this mechanically, and I check out type of thing. I've tried doing it a few times, ages ago. This is years ago, okay? I bought this series of integrated Chinese. I never got far through it, okay? Never. Because I hated the fact that I knew exactly tomorrow what I would be studying and exactly the next day what I'd be studying. Instead, I prefer the whole kind of freeform exploration, where I just wake up and I'm like, today I'm going to learn about protein in Chinese, done by Zhi. This is what I'm going to talk about, or carbohydrates, tantrei. That's something that I've been doing as of recently. I'm just showing off my Chinese, okay? But yeah, I kind of just doing it as I feel.
You can also check my website, lindiebuddhist.com/language-resources for a lot more resources. But for passive, just engage with content, take a few notes if you can, but don't put so much pressure on yourself to have to use it as a learning method.
By the way, I'm not critiquing anything she's saying here. I'm just providing my insights for what I do. Except for the fact that she looks like a freaking Swiss guard. That's not a critique either. I actually kind of love the look.
It's optional. You can create a weekly or monthly learning template. This can be Monday doing something, Tuesday doing another thing. You can base it off of languages or resources. You can go another way to do one language a week, or you can follow my structure that has worked for me, which is 1 or 2 active languages every 3 months and then rotating between those.
Oh my god, imagine doing that every 2 to 3 months. You swap to then 2 different languages. I guess if you've got a lot of languages you need to maintain. But, god damn, that is intense. Because to me, I feel like I would not be making enough progress if I then swapped it to other languages. But also that might be fun if I think about it. Because you're spicing things up every couple of months. Half tempted to try that out now. No, I have challenges. Do your challenges. Stop getting converted by the Lindie.
In that system, I also just make a list of a bunch of things I can do in a language. And then when I don't know what to do, I just go to that list and be like, oh yeah, haven't done this in a while, let's do it. Your weekly template should suit your schedule and your energy levels. So even if you need to do just a few minutes a day, that's okay. A good starting point is to look at your current schedule, block out the times that you work, eat, sleep, whatever, and then see where do I have gaps in the day where I can fit things in. Step number 5 is to track simply. Just a little checklist of have I done something in this language every day. If you do prefer to go more detailed and use a timer or track exactly what resources you're using or which languages, that's also fine. You do you. For me right now, I just do a little tick. So if you're an intermediate learner, a polyglot, try this system and let me know if it works for you. If you have a different system you would recommend, drop it in the comments.
Okay, so overall, it's interesting the way that she approaches things. So she does her review on a weekend only, and then just the rest of the week's just active study. While I'll kind of split that up, because I imagine if I'm just doing a whole session of review, that would feel like I'm not progressing in some ways. But then I also feel like I must do my review. Nah, I prefer my way of doing it. You know, do review, then do study, review, study, review, study each day. But, you know, that's obviously a me thing. The way she changes her active languages every few months, that's kind of crazy. But I could also see how that could be kind of fun. But I can't do that. Challenges have been set. Anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this video or my reaction to it, you know what you need to do. Like, sub to the channel. I also have a TikTok, go make sure you follow that. And I'll see you all in the next video. And I expect you all to be just as colorful as her. Or else.